I spend a lot of time on my computer, whether it's doing life admin tasks or it's creating something or it's watching YouTube videos, whatever it might be. It's important to me for that space to be a functional and a calming place to spend my time. In this video, I'm going to show you the main areas that I felt like I needed a bit of a digital reset in, sort of walk you through how I go about doing that, and hopefully give you some ideas for things you can do to sort of freshen up your space a bit, maybe organise it a bit better, get rid of the stuff you don't need. So let's just get straight into it. So the first place that I like to tackle is my desktop, because it's a quick win and it also just gives you that satisfying, clean, clear desktop. So I'm literally just going through, I'm deleting the majority of what's here. I tend to find that whatever's on my desktop, I usually need it for one or two things and then I don't need it anymore. So as you just saw, most of that I just put in the bin. And now I'm just putting, there's a couple of things here that I might need for later. So this is some photos that I put together for a reel that I was doing. So I'm just saving those, and I've got a couple of other Instagram things that I'm just saving in there in case I need them. I then like to go into my downloads now that that's all clear. Again, this is like a temporary space for things. I tend to not need what's in here more than once. If I do, then if I find it's something that I'm going to come back to at some point, then I will put it into my Google Drive, which we'll get into that in a second. But I have folders in here that I'll just drag and drop things into, wherever makes the most sense, so that I know where they are if I need to come back to them and they're not clogging up my computer. They are saved on a cloud. So my Google Drive is my home for things that I might need. So this first folder is action. It's literally just things that I need to do something about. That's it. And then in my aesthetic folder, it's just things I use in Notion and on my laptop. So like backgrounds, icons, things like that. Courteney Louise is also my YouTube channel. So I just have a bunch of documents saved in there. I decided not to go into the life folder just because I know there's some personal information there. But in that folder is literally things like car documents, home documents, health related things. The good thing about Google Drive is it's accessible from anywhere that you can log into your account. So by doing it this way, it means if I am somewhere where I don't have access to my computer and I need one of these files, I can go onto my phone, my iPad, someone else's computer, and I can get access to these things should I need them. And then we'll move on to Canva. So I wanted to include Canva in this video because we tend to forget about the kind of websites or apps that we use on a regular basis because it's not technically part of our computer. But my Canva account used to be a mess with all these different designs and things that I just didn't know what was in there, to be honest. So I took some time and I organised it. Now all that I really need to do, I've got a few things that I need to put into the correct places. So going on to my projects tab, this is where you have your designs, images, videos, folders, all of that stuff. So you can see there's some kind of random things there. There's some things I don't even know what they really are. So if I go into the folders tab, I feel like that's the best view of, you know, just my folders. And then with designs, this is designs that haven't been put into a folder yet. So this is sort of where I can go to just organise what needs organised. So as you can see, I'm putting in this logo that I made. I'm still not sure if I'm going to use it or whatever, but put this logo into my branding folder. Same with brand guidelines that I'm kind of working on. I don't know why I enjoy doing that kind of thing so much, but I do. So I end up spending like ages doing it, just because why not? So I'm just organising that into that folder. This next one, I wasn't sure what it was. So opening it up, it looks like something that I've maybe saved for something a while ago, but I don't need this. So I'm just deleting it. Yeah, like I said, just moving things to where they go, deleting it if I don't need it. And that's basically my process. Now that I've got my folder structure in place in Canva, that's literally all I need to do is just move it to the correct folder or delete it. There's not really any other things that I need to do with it. Finally, we have Notion. Notion is, I love Notion. I love Notion so much. So this reference page, I have been sort of editing it for a while. It was a lot neater and more organised than this, but I just found that having a reference page with all these different pages, it just wasn't really working for me. Like, I didn't use it. So I decided I was going to change it into a life hub and just kind of organise things a bit differently. So that's what I'm kind of doing here. I'm deciding where things are going to go. Am I going to have it on this sidebar? Am I going to have it on the actual page? So you'll see I kind of moved quite a few pages onto this life hub. Especially pages that I have favorited anyway. There's not really a need for me to have them on this sidebar as well, unless obviously it's a page that I want to keep separate. So as you can see, I've kind of got my little life areas section, and there's a lot of stuff that's in this reference part of the page that fits into one of these categories. That's kind of the point in the categories. So I'm just moving things into the category that they should be in. So I am going to go back at some point. I'm going to organise these pages properly and, set them up so that they actually are functional for me. But at the moment, I'm just putting things into the right categories, making this page neat and organised, and so I know what everything is. And then I can go into more depth into each page and organise it later. And this is where you can see I use that aesthetic folder in my Google Drive to pick a random GIF or whatever that I've found before that I've liked, and to use that in my Notion. Again, doing the same with my cover photo, found a background that I had saved and used that as my cover photo. So that was my little digital reset. I know a lot of videos like this are kind of more aimed at organising photos or deleting apps and stuff, but I honestly feel like those types of things I'm not having too many issues with, really. Whereas my Notion and my Canva especially, I needed to do something about those. So this had more of an impact for me than deleting apps would have, or something like that. So I definitely think if you're doing a digital reset yourself, figure out what you use most and what's the messiest and deal with that, rather than organising your photos from 2006 that you haven't looked at in a while just because, So I hope you enjoyed this video. I am actually, while doing the voiceover for this, so excited to get into those life areas pages and organise them. But let me know if you want a more in-depth video on any of these, on Notion, on Canva, Google Drive even. Let me know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.